What's going on? Humans, extraterrestrials, and ethereal beings of all kinds.
We're back to What Up Aliens.
We're back to What Up Aliens.
I think.
Yeah, we think. We're pretty sure.
Or must bust.
Or maybe it's called Bust, the podcast. That was suggested to us by Patreon listener David Lumpkins.
Give us more suggestions, though. We are
still taking submissions. Hey, the name of the podcast isn't as important as the fact that we're uploading it every week. That's what's important.
Yeah, you're feeling hot.
Feeling hot.
You're on fire right now. You're booking stuff.
I am?
Good things are happening.
Oh, yeah.
Positive trajectory.
Oh, yeah, true.
Positive headspace.
Positive
good routine.
Headspace. Good routines.
Fuck.
No clothes on the floor. I'm not leaving clothes on the floor right now. I'm putting clothes back.
On the floor?
It's pretty sick. I like walking into my room, not tripping over anything. Big space. Bam.
Bam.
We're on the nicotine gum, pretty heavy. I'm going to pop another one.
We're Nicoretting.
Listen, I think it's healthier than Zyn. I don't know. There's no science either way.
It doesn't hurt my gums. I still get hiccups, but it's not as bad as with Zyn.
Yeah, it's pretty great. So, hey, if you're trying to quit nicotine, get on the gum.
Yeah.
Jump on that gum train, baby.
Save your gums and chew some gum.
Save your gum and chew some gum.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're about on this podcast.
Yeah. Well, I follow Stasia Patwell, and
Who's that? I'm just kidding. I know who it is. She's a fitness influencer.
Subscribe to her Patreon, and I do her workouts, and they're very hard. And
I did one. It was hard.
Nicotine the whole time. Juice.
That's
nonstop.
what she's chewing.
Yeah, and she talks about it a lot. She's like, "Gotta get my gum," and I'm like, "Okay, I could get addicted to that. I could get fitness addicted to gum."
It's an appetite suppressant for sure.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Mm-hmm. I have worked out chewing gum, but I
don't like it. I don't like working out and chewing gum.
I like it. Huh? It regulates my breathing, especially when it gets erratic.
Oh.
I heard that on the radio once.
Yeah.
A runner that was on the Howard Stern show and was like, "I chew gum to regulate my breathing. Try it." And I was like, "Okay."
And it works.
Yeah. I think it does. Mm-hmm. I chew gum while working out. I got my friend addicted to vapes, though, before I stopped.
Oh, yeah, your friend had never tried vapes.
I got my 50-year-old friend to get addicted to vapes.
Some mom jumps in our car, and they're like, "This is our best friend." I was like, "Oh, someone's mother." And everyone had vapes in the car. Not me. I don't vape nicotine. I have other addictions. And she was like, "I want one." And so they gave her one instantly. Addicted. I watched a 50-year-old woman become addicted to nicotine and vaping.
This is great.
Yeah. Like, oh, there's another one.
She group chat to everybody, and she was like, "I lost 6 pounds." And I was like, "Yeah, nicotine helps your appetite. It suppresses your appetite." And it's like one of the only things that speeds up your metabolism, but obviously it drops if you stop. So she's like, she's like, "This is nature's Ozempic." I was like,
"That's not nature. It's some sort of strange robot.
It's computer parts.
Parts that you're smoking and mystery chemicals developed in a lab." But sure.
I fucked this lady's life up. But she lost 6 pounds in like a week and a half and was like very stoked.
Well, when people say we're here for a good time, not a long time, that's sort of where vaping comes into play.
She's specifically talking about her.
It's gonna mess you up, but is your life better? No. Is it worth it? Is the vape worth it?
Is it worth it?
Not for me, because I like running, and vaping ruins my runnings.
Yeah, it does. It makes it hard.
Yeah, I can't.
Smoking in general, I feel like, is... I mean, I've smoked.
Except for weed, that doesn't affect me. I can run just fine off of weed. I can do a dab. I can smoke a joint. I can go for a nice... I'll set a PR. I'll set a PR stoned. I love it. I
always get stoned before I work.
Oh, it's so nice.
A real zone out situation.
Yeah. Just put that music in. You go somewhere else. It's great.
So you did my lady workout.
I did your lady workout.
How'd you feel?
It was tough. I knew I wasn't going to be fit enough to do it, and I wasn't. It completely was too much for me. Really? Also, I didn't like...
talking.
I didn't like the exercise class. I wasn't in the mood to be yelled at and like that, so that wasn't it. And then also randomly she'd like have people and bring their kids on. There was like "This is my daughter." Somebody
it's alive.
in the chat was like, "This is my daughter," and I hear this child, and you're like fast forwarding through this child talking. I'm like, what the hell is happening?
I pretty much just like watch her to see exactly what she's doing, and then I fast forward because I'm doing the workouts slightly faster than the whole group is. So I'm just like buzzing through it.
I think we've talked about it before, but what I've been working out to recently, specifically in the beginning stages of my workout while I'm like warming up or whatever, I'm listening to motivational speeches on Spotify.
You think you can't get one more rep? Yes, you can.
Oh, it's so good. And then the music comes in. It's like, you're going to want to give up. 99% of people would give up in this moment.
But not you.
The music comes in. Whoa, but not you. This is where you dig deeper. You're the 1%. You are a wolf in a world of sheep. Keep climbing the mountain.
Sick.
And I'm like, it pumps me up, dude.
Yeah, but you don't like a lady being like, look at your pussy and fucking lift your hips.
Yeah, that's not as inspiring to me. Stare at your pussy. I'm like, not my favorite motivation.
Look at your pussy, though.
Look at your pussy the whole time. Anyone have kids? That's not my favorite thing.
Yeah, doing a
okay, mommies, let's go.
A
I'm
bench hip dip is, and she says, "Look at your pussy the whole
I
time."
respect the workout, and I didn't mind the look at your pussy comment. Actually, I was fine.
Okay.
But I was just like, the workout was just too fast paced. I'm not in the mood. I knew
I make it faster though.
I know, but still, I was just like, I have to be in the right headspace and honestly jacked up on caffeine to want to do like a HIIT high intensity interval training workout. I've been doing like slow, lazy workouts at the gym.
I love a HIIT.
Just to get myself back into it. When I'm like peak, I love a HIIT too.
I have to feel like I'm being abusive to myself when I go to the gym.
Yeah, I don't need to feel that way.
Like
I'm just stoked to be
knees
there, honestly.
After like a set and then being like, wow, I almost passed out.
Yeah. I've gone through phases like that. I've been in better shape than I am now for sure, and I've done those types of exercises. And at this point, I'm just like, I'm good, bro.
I don't necessarily think that I'm in better shape than you because like you can run for a lot longer.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I can, but it's a different type of.
I'm mentally strong.
It's a different.
I'll push through.
It's a different kind of fitness for sure.
Yeah, the cardio because I'm a vapor.
Yeah.
So it makes it much harder for me.
And also, that's like an exercise that you do a lot, so you're like pretty, you know what I mean? You're pretty used to it.
I do HIIT training a lot. Yeah.
You're used to those types of exercises just having you do. Your muscles are trained for it, and like my muscles aren't. Like the muscles we were working are muscles that I don't work. So it was a good workout. I recommend it. I thought it was good. I'll do it again.
Were you sore?
Yeah, I was a little sore. Not like crazy sore, but a little, because I, bitched out like halfway through and just started stretching.
You did.
So I didn't really do the full workout.
But I was like, that's enough. That's enough for him. That's okay.
I like watching you do the workout a lot. There's a lot of jumping involved.
Yeah, and I wear this sports bra.
It's awesome.
And I'm like, how do we get through this?
Right.
And I feel like embarrassed of the whole time. But I'm like, I got to get through this, and I just don't care. But are my titties bouncing? Yeah. I don't think it's hot, but I know you do.
Yeah, I love it.
I think it looks sloppy as hell.
Nope, it looks great.
I'm like, I need less titty.
I need way more. No, I'm just kidding. You don't need more. You're good.
Way more titty.
You're locked in. Speaking of technology failing, you've been watching. I've been falling asleep during documentaries about catastrophic
Austin
failures.
always puts on some devastating thing.
Yep.
For a long time, we were watching Last of the Mohicans.
We watched Last
Never
of the
seen
Mohican 3 nights in a row. I fell asleep about 30 minutes in each time. I've seen the movie.
I haven't.
It was great.
I'll never
We
see
did
it.
that with the Harrison Ford movie we watched, Clear and Present Danger. 4 nights in a row, fell asleep during that. Loved it.
Yeah.
And then recently, I fell asleep during the OceanGate scandal
Didn't watch
doc and the Challenger doc.
Well, and shockingly similar.
And Gia watched both of them, and she's
did.
telling me basically it just comes down to one idiot putting everyone's lives at risk.
True. Yeah. Basically, it boils down to one idiot. It's so shockingly similar. Just
Bunch of people saying, stop, this isn't safe. And him being like, don't you dare question me.
Exactly. One's in the sky, one's in the water. And I'm like, what the fuck? It was so eerily similar. And like in the 40-year span.
The Challenger one was way sadder because the people on board were like tolerable individuals. The OceanGate people, it's like no one's missing.
It looked like a
them.
full fucking setup. They were like, you know what? This go around, we're going to round up all the minorities and women and shove them in a metal tube and rocket them to the sky, and then it explodes. And on all the previous ones, pretty much just white men. The next one that didn't explode, white men, they only exploded the fucking minorities. I was like, who the hell is in charge here?
Yeah.
It was a nightmare.
Seems like an oversight.
Yeah, it was basically mirrored some of the mistakes that were made at OceanGate. OceanGate left their vessel out in like sub-zero temperatures. Water, when it freezes, expands, causing cracks and tears.
Well, and they were using a fiberglass, which has a lot of micro
Holes.
tears already because it's a lighter material, so it's a more porous material.
Right.
They showed one video of like one of the trips before it exploded, and the inside of the submersible was getting all wet with condensation.
Yeah.
I saw that. And then
there were horrifying sounds happening.
yeah, they'd make these loud popping sounds.
And the guy would just be like, "Oh, that's the fiberglass seasoning." No, that's the fiberglass cracking, and you guys are about to explode.
And people were constantly being like, "This isn't safe," and then they were getting fired.
Yeah, he replaced literally everyone.
Until he got people that couldn't quit their jobs because they needed the money.
They found a crack. They replaced the core. It happened again. And he did not want to replace it.
Yeah.
So at the end of that season, left this vessel out in the freezing cold, just ruining the thing, making it even more unsafe to dive 4,000 feet deep.
Yep.
And he put people in it several times where they did not get to make it down to the bottom because the weather was terrible, and the Lord was watching those people, because the next time it actually reached depth, it fucking imploded.
Yeah.
And everybody knew that it was. All the engineers that were fired were like, that thing, it has a crack in it. It will implode under the pressure. And he just took a bunch of civilians out there. That's the crazy part. And then there was one old like Jacques Cousteau man that wanted to die. He was like a 9-year-old. He was like, yeah, it's going to implode. And thank God.
He wanted to die in the ocean, probably.
Yeah.
That was probably his version, like a good death for him.
And so the same thing with the Challenger.
Yeah.
They had tried to take off many times during like a week period, maybe 3 or 4 times, and it just they didn't get it off. The first time the door wouldn't seal, so they had to hacksaw some stuff off, and then it became too late, and then they were like, fuck it, and then the weather, and then it froze over. They had like icicles all over the fucking bottom of it, and everybody was saying this is dangerous. The temperature does impact like these O-rings that are supposed to keep like the heat and stuff inside.
Yeah. And
they had recorded damage to the O-rings upon return, the internal one, and there's an external one, and they were like, this is a catastrophic failure. You cannot send people out in this shuttle with this happening. And they were like, nope, that'll take too long. We don't care. We're sending people to the sky. Fuck it. And just disregarded a lot of science. And they were like, well, there's a probability it won't, and there's a probability it will, but I don't see anything that says for sure it's going to.
Oof.
And there was one guy, and he's on there just like, same thing with the other dude with OceanGate, just being like, yeah, that was on me. He's 90 years old now.
The OceanGate guy at least died, though. That's kind of good.
Yeah, this guy didn't even die. He's just out here living his life.
He's just out here living his life with all those
telling people
bodies.
He's not even fucked up over
all
it.
those
He's
bodies on his hands.
The difference also is that nobody watched the OceanGate thing explode.
Live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see these people.
Children are just
families,
like, rockets, yay!
Yeah. Every TV inside of a school was on because a teacher was going to go to space. And I'm like, yeah, permanently.
Yeah.
We just exploded
She lives in space
body.
now.
I'm like, those people did not know what was happening.
No.
He hit the thrusters, and that thing just...
Done.
And they do like slow-mo. They had footage of the Challenger where you could really zoom in and see that fire had started on the outside. And once they hit the boosters, it just ignited the whole thing and disintegrated in front of America. And these people didn't know what they were looking at because, like, you don't see a shuttle, it's 88. You don't see a fucking shuttle every day.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, there's smoke. Okay, it's separating into many pieces.
Well, it's supposed to do that. It comes
They're
apart.
saying, is it supposed to do that?
It's supposed to do that. Yeah.
And then you
no,
see
I don't think it's supposed to do that much.
Yeah, you see the faces of people being the family members, you know what I mean? Being like, oh my God, did it explode? And then the hope, because there had been a previous malfunction where there was like their pod that the people were in and they rescued them. So there was this like hope that they
Maybe
were
the
going
pod
to find.
survived.
And NASA got on with the family and they were like, no one could have survived that. And they were just like,
Devastated.
okay, now we're fucked up.
All right, this brings us to a fun game that I meant to do in the Patreon, but you guys get it for free. It's called Would You Relapse?
Okay.
If I got sent up in a rocket ship and you watched me explode on national television, would you relapse?
Wouldn't happen because I would call in a bomb threat. I'm too scientific. I would be like icicles on there, O-rings. I would be listening to these engineers. I would do everything in my power to keep that thing on the ground, including straddling the top of the bucket. I'd be like, this ain't going nowhere. You are not sending him out into space with icicles hanging from the bottom of this fucking shuttle.
Yeah.
That's nuts. No, I wouldn't have let you go.
Okay, cool.
No. No. If the probability is that you're going to explode in the sky in front of me.
You'd be doing your own calculations. You'd be doing... Gia would become a scientist to keep me alive.
Yeah, they would be like...
Gia would have a degree in rockets if I got into a rocket.
Counting down, and then they would have to zoom in on it and be like, there's a woman. There's a woman attached to the side. What is going on? I'm like, if he's going to explode, I'm exploding too.
Yeah.
I'm not relapsing. I'm fucking dying, dog. What are we doing? That's crazy. No, I can't. I couldn't. Would I relapse? Absolutely. I would lose my life. The second it exploded, I'd be like, does anyone have any fentanyl?
Yeah.
What is going on here? If I let you go in the sky, I'm already on drugs.
Right.
Like,
with women too, ladies in the sky and me in space, not happening.
I'd be like, blow him up.
Blow him up. Trying to go
What do they look like?
with his space whore.
Look at those fat titties.
You
Blow
got
that
space.
bitch up. Blow them up both.
He's gonna be in there. How long? How long?
Astronaut, more like titstronaut. Get him out of here. I don't like this.
I don't think this is a scheme.
Yeah, he better live so I can beat the hell out of him.
Yeah.
I saw him in there.
I saw him in there. Zero gravity titties. He's like, he wants to get some zero gravity pussy.
Get out of here.
Get out of there.
Don't think I didn't see the zero gravity come in the background. Where do you put it?
That's mayonnaise. No, it's
No,
not.
it's not.
No, it's not. No, it's not. There's no sandwiches in space. There's no space sandwiches.
Would you relapse? I would never let them. I would only do a sure thing. I'm not a gambler.
Yeah.
You're a gambler. I'm
A
not a
little
gambler.
bit of a gambler. A light gambler. Yeah.
I don't gamble with shit like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think I'm
You
getting...
jumped out of a plane, haven't you?
Yeah.
That's a gamble.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I didn't see it. I didn't see it as a gamble.
Dominic's jumped out of planes. Couple.
Yeah, I didn't see it as a gamble. I had complete faith in the parachute.
I don't have faith in human beings that much because I'm like, you guys are all kind of.
Well, it wasn't a human parachute.
But they
I had
put it
faith in
together.
the technology. That is true. When you're talking to the skydiving instructor and you're like, this is the guy that packed my fucking...
Chad packed my bag?
This guy's like, I'm so addicted to skydiving. He's like, it's an addiction. He's like, why do you think I became a skydiving instructor? Because this is the only way I can get my high.
The only way I can come.
Yeah, I was
Hey,
like,
are you on my back?
Oh, yeah, he was. I was like, wow.
Must bust.
Yeah, that
All
guy
over back.
is coming all over me. And I was like, okay. And this guy, he's like, I haven't seen my kids in 6 months. I love skydiving.
Did he say that?
No, but how funny.
I was like,
This is the guy that packed.
packed.
This guy hasn't seen his kids in forever. And this guy packing my...
Yeah.
He's getting calls about credit card debt. And I'm like,
My baby mama's mad at me. I'm like, well, concentrate on the fucking
hey, how
parachute.
about you pack my parachute, buddy?
Shit.
Oh, I'm so hungover.
Is
No,
that
you're
how
not.
that's done? They use the parachute and then they repack it?
Yeah.
That's so
Packing
dangerous.
a parachute is like a whole part of
I
the
want
thing.
one fresh out of the bag. I don't trust them.
Yeah, you have to pack a parachute.
Shit.
Like,
yeah, so I feel like
I think when you
that's
become
weird.
like a pro skydiver, like you pack your own parachute and stuff.
Would you go to space?
Part of me says no, but like also another part of me. Well, I treat space the same way as a portal, where like somebody on a podcast, Adam Ill. I was on Adam Ill's podcast, great podcast. Shout out Adam Ill. The Getting High With show. I was on his podcast and he asked me if I would enter a portal. And I said, not unless we were both entering the portal, because I don't want to risk some bullshit happening.
Yeah.
So I feel that way with space. If we can go to space, I'll do it, but I wouldn't do it like the risk of leaving you alone.
What kind of anxiety are you having prior to being launched in a shuttle? Are you worried that you're going to explode or no? Is it like an airplane ride for you?
I think it's probably like it's the same as an airplane, where it's like if it's been done a whole bunch of times, and like I'm not rich or famous enough to be on the short list for space flight. So like the Katy Perry,
I think you are. Yeah,
the
you're
Katy
like
Perry
Katy
one.
Perry.
The Katy Perry. I'm not.
Do you
like
think
Katy
they went,
Perry.
or was that all staged?
No. Okay. Well, here's my beef with that whole flight is like they went to space the way like soaking is having sex.
Yeah,
Or
I get
is
what you're
not. I guess that's not the right example,
No,
but
that
it's
makes
like
sense to me.
it's like
It's not really.
it's like when you say that like, oh yeah, we had sex and it was a blowjob. It's like technically a blowjob is sex.
It's the most
oral.
minimal amount of sex
Exactly.
you can have.
It's oral sex, sure. It's the most minimal amount of sex you can possibly have. That's how I feel about. And yeah, enjoy our podcast where we have takes about stuff 6 months later.
Well,
6 months
because
later.
it just came out and I got the details on it. Like, it's hard for me to give my opinion on something where I don't know the facts.
Well,
and I'm not an asshole.
The fact
like most
is,
of
always all of the space flights. It's like technically they touch outer space.
Yeah, the atmosphere.
The atmosphere. They leave it
I get that.
or whatever. So like in that sense, I think they did do that. It's not like space though. But so my point is, I don't think I'd be on the the short list. I think by the time I'm able to go to space, it'll be like basically like airplanes. Like it'll be or super yachts maybe.
Would you ever go in a submersible?
Not unless again it's like a real common.
You're more likely to
thing.
go to outer space than you are to the bottom of the ocean.
No, I'm more likely to go to the bottom of the ocean.
Okay.
Yeah, although I think like the ocean, going to the bottom of the ocean wouldn't be as fun as
Do you
going
have
to space.
claustrophobia?
I
get it a little bit.
I think I have a little bit, but I don't know. I don't know how I would feel inside of a submersible. I think I'd be fine.
I've only gotten claustrophobia when like my siblings wrapped me in a blanket and then wouldn't let me out of it.
Yeah, mostly I got claustrophobia when my dad tried to smother me with a pillow.
Similar.
That was pretty claustrophobic.
Yeah, it'd be more damaging if it wasn't
way-
my siblings.
Yeah,
If it
way
was
more
an adult.
damaging. But I think I'd rather go to space. If I had to pick space or the ocean, I would go to space.
What's the first thing you're doing?
I think it's more interesting. Oh, just the whole zero gravity thing is sick. Like trying to do a backflip in zero
Are
gravity.
you doing anything weird in zero gravity?
Well, jerking off at some point, yeah.
I knew it.
Obviously.
I knew
Duh,
it.
sex if possible.
Think your balls look different in zero gravity?
For sure, they're floating up around the shaft in a
You
weird
think
way.
Titties look different?
Absolutely.
Oh, they're
Probably
up.
look perfect.
I have to go to space.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all lifted. Oh my God, girls, let's go to space.
Yeah, I think I'd much rather go to space. I think it's more interesting to go to space than to go to the bottom of the ocean, personally.
Yeah, but then here's the thing. Like, when they sent those SpaceX people that got stuck in, or were they, I don't think they were SpaceX people. SpaceX tried to rescue them.
Yeah,
those
SpaceX
people that were
rescued them.
sent out there and stayed for a long time, like
Yeah.
99 days or something crazy. Like, when they came back, they looked aged.
Yeah, it's bad for you.
It's not
Space
good
is bad
for you.
your body. Yeah.
Good for your tits, bad for your face.
Yeah, I would do like
They looked grayer.
Like when they make it so that you can do a weekend in space, that's the type of shit I'm interested
Space
in.
Weekend.
Yeah, Space Weekend. Ah, that's the podcast.
The SpaceX flight.
That's the name.
They're like, oh, they're in the bathroom again.
The fucking Space Weekend is a fun podcast name.
Do you think it's more difficult to have sex in space?
Yeah, because
Can't get a
you don't have the gravity like helping you.
Oh, you're not going to be able to take it to Pound Town that hard.
You're not gonna be able to pound as hard for sure.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's gonna be much more difficult. I feel like.
I keep getting away from you. You're like, wait, come
Yeah,
back.
yeah, we need like a weight vest or something.
A weighted blanket.
Yeah, we need be real kinky. A lot of restraints involved for everybody.
Oh, they have those. You
For
tie me to
everybody.
the fucking...
Yeah, I'd have to. Yeah, and tie myself too, probably. Everybody be tied down.
You're way off.
I need like bungee cords so I could like oing, oing, oing,
I
oing.
like that.
Yeah.
We're inventing stuff right now.
Yeah, SpaceX inventions.
Yeah, like an elastic that keeps you close to my pelvis.
Yeah, like a
And
belt or
bounce
something.
back.
Yeah, a moon fuck belt or whatever you'd call it.
Yeah.
Get your moon rocks off
Hell yeah.
belt.
Moon rocks off belt.
Yeah.
Sick.
But I'd rather go to space. I think it'd be cool if you could do a space weekend. I think that'd be fun. But I would only do it like I'd be like the 1 millionth person in space or something, where I'm like, all right, they got it pretty dialed in. It's all right. I'll go.
What do you think it is about the seat 11A on those fucking planes? How come people are surviving in that one seat?
That's the seat that people survive.
Yeah, the 2 people separately have survived plane crashes where everyone dies.
In
The
seat
most
11A?
recently, yeah. Most recently, the one in India. And that guy just walks out. I was like, making him walk to the fucking ambulance is nuts.
I'm guessing, I'm not like a, I'm not a flight expert, but it seems like you're in front of all the shit that really blows up. Like you're in front of the engines and the wings and stuff.
That's not true. They said the safest place on the plane is technically first class is the least safe.
Okay. Because it hits first.
The front part breaks off and everybody that's in the front.
11A is not first class? Oh, it seems like it would be.
It's I think it's the emergency exit seat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's the safest spot. And
well, that's where they survived.
They survived in the emergency exit.
They've crashed lots of planes to see like what's the best, and they tell you that behind the wing, behind the wing and back is safer.
Oh, interesting.
Because
I guess the front part of the plane takes the first impact, and so you're not in the part of the plane that's actually taking the
plane
first.
just breaks apart.
Okay.
It just breaks open.
Yeah. So you're on that seam.
Yeah.
But again, because it
seam.
breaks apart, this part is going to hit the ground with the most impact. This one will probably have slightly less impact.
Pilot's gone. First class gone.
Yeah. So that slams into the ground the hardest, and the one behind it, I guess, probably has less.
Well, the
slightly
studies
less
it
momentum.
said the back, but the one seat that has continued to be the little,
the outlier.
11A.
Jesus' seat or whatever.
It's the first of the back.
The first of the worst is what you want to be.
It's the next time they ask you, can you sit at this fucking...
Yeah, I always sit.
Emergency
of
exit.
Course.
There's
I love
extra leg space.
Yeah, it's great.
And you get to open that door whenever you want.
What?
Oh, or whatever. That's your door now.
This is my door. You said I could open this whenever I wanted. That was in the thing.
That was the agreement.
That was the agreement.
That was the agreement.
Whenever I want.
am strong. I can open this door.
Whenever I want.
And I'm going to show you guys how strong I am.
I'll do it right now.
Just me handcuffed to 11A. Like, she didn't survive because she was handcuffed to 11A.
Yeah, she would have been fine, but we had to duct tape her so much.
We actually weren't even in a crash. She just...
she just died because of all the duct tape.
She just fucking freaked out.
All right, hey, thanks for tuning in. Catch me in Portland.
We're still landing on a name, so please don't forget.
Don't hesitate with those name suggestions.
Yes, and where can they see you?
Portland, July 11th, July 10th, sorry, and 11th. But my show is July 10th. So come to that one first. And then if that sells out, you can buy tickets to Ray's show. But I think Ray's show is going to sell out first. So when his tickets sell out and you want to see Ray, come to my show. July 10th in Portland. And then you can see both of us on the next Saturday. No,
the 21st.
This Saturday.
Coming up
this Saturday, the 21st in Los Angeles.
LA.
Bespoke LA, open bar, smoke show with Jody Sweetin.
We got a sponsor, so now the tickets are still open for $17.85.
Yeah.
We have non-alcoholic options, alcoholic options. Not calling you an alcoholic, but you know what I mean.
You can drink it if you want.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun time.
Yep.
We are celebrating Pride, so come out and say hello.
Woo!
It's going to be great. And then also June 28th, Vegas.
Oh, yeah, I'm doing, free. It's actually a free show. You can sign up. That's the link in my bio if you're in Las Vegas and you want to see me do stand-up. We're celebrating a dispensary opening.
That's going to be sick.
It's
We're going to be
really
smoking
fun.
a lot
We're
of
both
weed.
going to be there.
Yeah.
She's coming along for the ride.
It's going to be fun.
We're actually going to
out.
book the tickets right after we hang up this podcast phone.
All
All right, stay stoked. Don't crash those spaceships. Bye.
Bye.